Um, have you ever been sitting on the couch, just watching a movie, and suddenly you realize your phone is in your hand?
Oh, yeah. All the time.
Right. Like you unlocked the screen, you opened a social media app, you started swiping, and you did all of this without even thinking about it at all.
Exactly. Or maybe you pull down your screen to refresh your email.
Yes. You do that when you know no new messages have arrived.
Right. You are just checking, just in case.
It's crazy. Welcome to the Logic Map Deep Dive, everyone. Today, we aren't just looking at why you do that. We are on a mission to understand how modern technology has fundamentally changed the speed of your brain.
That's a big topic.
It is a massive question. We are taking research from cognitive psychology, neuroscience, and behavioral science to answer this for you. Why is it so hard to be patient today? And more importantly, how can we train our brains to get our focus back?
Well, to understand this, we really need to look at how humans lived in the past.
Yeah.
We need to contrast human history with the speed of today.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because for thousands of years, human life moved very, very slowly. Think about a farmer, right? Hundreds of years ago.
Right. They planted seeds and just had to wait.
Exactly. They waited months for the food to grow.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to talk to a friend far away, you wrote a letter on paper.
And you waited weeks for a reply.
Yeah. Cooking a meal took hours. Traveling to a new town took days.
So the brain adapted to that slow environment? Like the brain learned to wait because waiting was just a normal, necessary part of survival.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Waiting was built right into the rhythm of human life. But today, well, that rhythm is completely gone.
Okay, let's unpack this, because today we live in the age of instant everything.
Yes, instant everything.
If I want to watch a new movie, it starts on my television in 2 seconds. If I want a hot pizza, it arrives at my front door in 20 minutes.
Or if you have a random question, you just search for it on your phone and you get the answer immediately.
Right. And because of this new environment, your brain has learned a brand new rule.
Yes, it has. The brain now believes, if I want something, I should get it right now.
It expects it instantly.
Exactly. We have trained our brains to expect immediate results. And because of that new rule, normal waiting starts to feel really strange. It feels very uncomfortable.
Oh, I feel that uncomfortable feeling every time I go shopping.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Think about the difference between waiting in line at a physical grocery store and then shopping online.
That is a great comparison.
Right. So in the store, the person in front of you is moving slowly. Maybe they are, paying with small coins. You stand there and you feel so frustrated and impatient.
You just want them to hurry up.
Exactly. But online, you just click one button and the box arrives at your house tomorrow. The online way is so fast, it just makes the real world feel painfully slow.
That is the core problem right there. The modern world became incredibly fast. But the reality of human growth, well, it stayed at the exact same speed.
So it's not just a personality flaw then, it's a biological mismatch. Like the world sped up, but our biology stayed the same, and that gap is where our frustration lives.
That is a really great way to describe it, because the most important things in human life, they still require a long time.
They do.
They cannot be rushed. Think about learning a new language, like learning English. It takes months or years of practice.
You can't just download it into your brain.
No, you can't. And building a strong career takes time. Finding love and building a healthy relationship, well, that takes time too.
Right. You cannot just click a button and get instant confidence or instant wisdom.
No. We want real-life progress to be as fast as a food delivery app. But human growth just doesn't work that way.
It really doesn't. So if this instant gratification makes us so impatient, why is everything around us designed this way?
Well, the answer to that is the attention economy.
The attention economy.
Yes. In the modern world, your attention is a very, very valuable product. Technology companies do not just want to give you helpful information.
Right. They want to make money.
Exactly. They make money when you look at their screens.
Mm-hmm.
The longer you stay on the screen, the more advertisements you see, and the more money they make.
And they are very good at keeping us looking.
Very good. They use computer algorithms. These algorithms study your behavior and they learn exactly what you like.
Yeah, they use fast editing, really bright colors, and unexpected surprises to keep you hooked.
Right. Every video is short. Every picture is colorful. It is a constant stream of new, exciting information.
A constant stream.
Yes, and this constant stream creates something called information overload. Never before in history have human beings received so much information in one single day.
That's actually pretty wild to think about.
It is, and there is a biological cost to this. When the brain receives too much information, it becomes exhausted.
Why does that happen exactly? Like, what is going on in the brain when we just scroll through all those short videos?
Okay, think of your working memory like a small table in your mind.
A small table.
Okay, you
Yeah.
can only put, say, 3 or 4 items on this table at one time.
Makes sense. It's not a huge table.
No, it's very small.
Yeah.
But the algorithms keep throwing new items onto your table. A funny video, a news alert, a message from a friend, an advertisement.
Oh, wow. So very quickly, the table is just too full.
Exactly. Items start falling off. And that constant dropping of information and trying to catch new information, well, it requires a lot of mental energy. It causes deep mental exhaustion.
And we try to handle this full table by multitasking, don't we?
We do try.
We think, oh, I can watch a video, write an email, and talk to my friend at the same time. But multitasking is actually a complete illusion, isn't it?
It is a total trick of the mind. The human brain cannot do 2 complex tasks at exactly the same time.
It can't.
No. Instead, it is doing something called task switching. It jumps from the video to the email to the conversation just very, very quickly. It goes back and forth, back and forth.
And every time you switch, you burn energy. It's like starting and stopping a car engine over and over again. You just run out of gas.
Yes. The brain literally burns glucose, which is its fuel, every single time it switches focus. This is why you feel so tired after an hour of scrolling on your phone, even though you did not move your body at all.
Wow. It makes me think of trying to read a long book. Have you ever sat down to read, but after just 2 pages, you reach for your phone?
Oh, definitely.
It is not because the book is bad. It is because the quiet silence suddenly feels strange. The brain is so used to fast jumping and task switching that reading one thing slowly feels, I don't know, almost boring.
What's fascinating here is that the brain needs time to enter a state of deep focus.
It's not instant.
No, it is not like turning on a light switch. When you sit down to read a difficult book, your mind might wander for the first 5 or 10 minutes.
Right. You think about dinner or your chores.
Exactly. But slowly, your brain settles down. Ideas begin to connect. That is deep thinking. But if your phone rings or you check a quick message, that whole settling process is destroyed.
You have to start all over again.
Yes. Hundreds of small interruptions every day completely destroy our ability to think deeply.
And this attention economy works so well because it actually hacks our brain's internal reward system, right? Like it changes our chemistry.
It absolutely does. Specifically, it uses a chemical called dopamine.
Dopamine.
Yes, and dopamine is a deeply misunderstood chemical.
Yeah.
Let's bust a common myth right now.
Okay, let's hear it.
Many people believe dopamine is the happy chemical. They think it simply creates pleasure and makes you feel good, but that is not actually true.
Wait, really?
Rare.
Wait, so dopamine isn't our enemy? I mean, what does it actually do?
Dopamine is actually the motivation chemical. It asks the brain one very important question: should I pay attention to this?
Oh, I see.
Yeah. When something seems exciting, surprising, or valuable, your dopamine levels rise. It pushes us to explore and take action. It creates desire.
And the human brain loves unpredictable rewards, doesn't it?
Yes. Psychologists call this a variable reward. When you open a social media app, you do not know what you will see. It is exactly like a slot machine in a casino.
You pull the handle and just wait to see if you win.
Yes. Sometimes the first video on your phone is boring, but sometimes it is amazing. Sometimes you have a new message from a friend. Sometimes you do not.
And that uncertainty keeps us scrolling. Because the reward is a surprise, the brain just keeps checking. We are chasing the possibility of a reward.
Right, and this creates a very strong habit loop.
How does that loop work?
It happens in 3 simple steps. First, you get a trigger. Maybe you feel, a little bored while waiting for the bus.
Okay, that's the trigger. Boredom?
Second, you take an action. You pull out your phone and open the app. And third, you get the reward. You see a funny picture and your brain gets a small hit of dopamine.
So boredom leads to the app, which leads to feeling slightly better.
Exactly. And if you do that 100 times, the brain learns this routine completely automatically. You do it without thinking. And this leads to a concept called delay discounting. The brain naturally values a small reward today much more than a big reward in the future.
So the further away a reward is, the less the brain cares about it.
Right.
Okay, wait, so dopamine isn't our enemy here. It's just doing its job of hunting for rewards to keep us alive. But modern technology is kind of tricking it by offering too many cheap rewards.
That is the perfect way to look at it. Dopamine is essential. Without it, you would not have the motivation to get out of bed, find food, or learn anything new.
We need it?
We do. But technology gives us rewards far too easily. Watching a funny short video right now feels so much easier to the brain than, say, sitting for an exam that happens next week.
So the brain chooses the easy path.
Every time.
This constant chasing of quick dopamine hits, it must fundamentally change how we make decisions, right? Like, it changes how we think.
It does. A thinker psychologist named Daniel Kahneman explained that the brain actually has two different systems for thinking. The first is fast thinking. The second is slow thinking.
Okay, fast thinking. That works automatically, right? It is super quick and it saves a lot of energy.
Exactly.
For example, if you are driving your car on a road you know very well, you are using fast thinking. You don't have to analyze every single turn or stop sign. Your brain just knows what to do.
Right. But slow thinking is very different. It is careful.
Yeah.
It analyzes facts. It checks evidence. Slow thinking takes massive mental effort and time.
Like when you are trying to solve a difficult math problem or, when you're trying to understand a new language.
Yes. Because the brain always wants to save its energy, it uses mental shortcuts to make fast choices. These shortcuts are called heuristics.
Heuristics.
Usually they are very helpful. But modern life trains us to use fast thinking almost all the time. Instead of asking, what is the best choice? Our brains learn to ask, what is the fastest choice?
And strong emotions trigger those fast reactions too, don't they?
They really do.
I know.
Fear, anger, and excitement make the brain bypass slow thinking completely. Advertisers and news algorithms know this.
They want to make us mad or excited.
Yes, they use strong emotional headlines to stop you from thinking slowly. They want you to react fast and click the link.
A great everyday example of this is replying to a text message when you are angry.
Oh, that is a perfect example.
Right. Let's say a coworker sends you a rude message. Your fast thinking takes over, your emotions are really high, you type out a quick, angry reply and send it immediately.
And you usually regret it.
Yes. But if you sleep on it and use slow thinking the next morning, you will probably write a much better, calmer, and smarter reply.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, slow thinking is a skill. The modern world heavily rewards speed. Fast deliveries, fast internet, fast replies to emails.
Everything is fast.
Right. But real wisdom requires us to pause. The ability to stop, collect information, and think carefully is becoming a very rare and powerful advantage in life.
So our brains are exhausted from this constant fast thinking, but the brain doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's connected to our body, and it seems like our physical bodies play a massive role in destroying our patience too.
This is a crucial connection. People often think patience is just a personality trait. They think, well, you're either born a patient person or you are an impatient person.
But that's not true.
No. Patience requires physical energy. Self-control is heavy lifting for the brain.
So when we are physically exhausted, our self-control just disappears.
Exactly. Let's talk about stress. When we have chronic stress from work or maybe money problems, our bodies release a stress hormone called cortisol.
Cortisol.
Yes. When cortisol rises, your brain thinks you are in physical danger. It thinks a tiger is chasing you.
A tiger.
Right. And if a tiger is chasing you, your brain does not care about your long-term goals. It does not care about studying or being polite. It only cares about the next 10 seconds.
It just wants to survive.
Yes. High cortisol puts the brain into survival mode, which makes us highly impulsive and reactive.
This is why when you are very stressed, sitting in traffic feels absolutely terrible. The traffic has not changed. It is the same road. But your stressed brain has changed.
Right. Your brain thinks you need to run away from a tiger, but you are stuck in a car.
We also face something called decision fatigue, don't we?
We do. We make hundreds of small choices every single day. What to eat for breakfast, what clothes to wear, which email to answer first, what project to start.
And every single choice drains your mental energy.
Every single
Oh wait, if my battery is flat at 9 p.m., why do I still have the energy to argue with strangers on the internet? I mean, shouldn't I just fall asleep?
That is a great question. Because arguing on the internet uses fast, emotional thinking. That requires very little energy.
Oh.
But stopping yourself from arguing using self-control and emotional regulation that requires slow thinking. And slow thinking needs the energy that you've already spent.
Here's where it gets really interesting. We blame our lack of willpower at 9 p.m. when we eat junk food or scroll for hours. We think we're just being lazy. But really, our decision-making battery is just empty. It's physical, not moral.
It is physical. Your battery is flat.
Yeah.
And sleep is how you recharge that physical battery.
Right, sleep.
Sleep restores mental energy and organizes your memories from the day. If you have a poor night of sleep, your brain cannot recover.
And the next day is just a disaster.
It is. Your working memory is weak. Small delays feel unbearable. You interrupt people more when they speak. You simply cannot focus.
I noticed that when I am tired, even a slow internet connection makes me want to scream.
Exactly. Emotions also spread through the physical body. If you are stressed, your breathing gets shallow and fast. And fast breathing literally tells your brain to have fast panic thoughts.
It's all connected.
The brain and body constantly communicate in a loop. If you take slow, deep breaths and relax your shoulders, you send a physical signal of safety to the brain.
The brain says, okay, we're breathing slowly. There is no tiger.
Exactly.
Right.
A calm body helps create a calm mind.
So we know our environment is full of distractions. We know our brain chemistry is hijacked by quick rewards. And we know our stress levels drain our mental battery. But, we can't just throw our phones in the river and go live in the forest.
No, we cannot do that.
Yeah. So how do we fix this in our daily modern lives?
We can fix it because the brain is highly flexible. Scientists call this neuroplasticity.
Neuroplasticity.
Yes. The brain can change its shape and its habits based on what you practice. Patience is not fixed. It is a skill you can train, just like lifting weights at the gym.
But we shouldn't just rely on willpower, right? Willpower is just too weak.
Far too weak.
We need to use environment design. That means making good habits easy and bad habits hard. We need to remove the friction for good choices.
Exactly. Let's say you want to read more books, but you always end up looking at your phone. Do not leave the book on a shelf in another room.
Right, that's too much friction.
Leave the book open on your kitchen table. And when you sit down, put your phone in another room. You are changing the environment. You're making reading the easiest option and making scrolling difficult.
You are making the phone require more energy to reach than the book. That's so smart. I also think we need to stop waiting for motivation. People always say, I will study English when I feel motivated. But action comes before motivation. You just have to start.
That is a very common trap. People wait for the feeling. But once you begin a task, even for just 2 minutes, you make a little progress.
And the brain likes that?
It does. The brain notices that small progress and feels rewarded. That feeling of progress creates the dopamine. The action creates the motivation to continue. The first step is always the hardest.
Start the action, and the feeling will follow. We also need to focus on repetition over intensity, don't we?
We do. Many people try to make huge, exhausting changes. They try to study for 3 hours on Sunday, feel burned out, and then do nothing all week.
I have definitely done that.
We all have. But the brain learns through repetition, not intensity. 5 minutes of focused English practice every single day is much better for your brain than 2 hours once a month.
Because repeated daily actions build strong pathways in the brain. They become automatic habits.
Yes, and these daily habits actually change how we see ourselves. They become identity-based habits.
Oh, I like that. Identity-based habits.
When you read a little bit every day, you aren't just reading a page. You are proving to yourself, with evidence, that you are someone who reads.
Someone who reads. That's powerful.
This raises an important question, though. Are we trying to make big, dramatic changes that exhaust us when really we just need a 1% improvement every day?
Wow. Yeah, small improvements build up over time. It is all about delayed gratification. Choosing a better future over a cheap thrill right now.
Yes.
There is a famous psychology study called the marshmallow test that proves this, right?
Yes. The marshmallow test is fascinating. Picture a 4-year-old child sitting in a plain, quiet room. A researcher walks in and puts a fluffy white marshmallow on the table right in front of them.
Okay, I am picturing it.
The researcher says, you can eat this marshmallow right now. But if you wait 15 minutes until I come back, I will give you 2 marshmallows.
It's the ultimate test of patience. The child is staring at this delicious marshmallow. They want it now, but they also want to later.
Researchers tracked these children for decades. They found that the children who had the ability to wait, the ones who could delay their gratification, they were much more likely to have long-term success in life.
Really?
Yes, they had better health, better careers, and better relationships.
All from waiting for a marshmallow. Because being able to say no to a small reward now for a bigger reward later is the secret to human growth.
Exactly.
And we can practice this delay with tiny everyday examples, right? We can build that patience muscle.
You can practice it constantly. You can choose to drink a glass of water and wait 10 minutes before reaching for a sugary snack.
Or you can take one deep breath before replying to a difficult email.
Or you can wait 5 minutes in the morning before you pick up your phone to check social media.
Every time you do that, you are doing a workout for your brain. You are teaching your brain that you can handle a delay. You are proving that you don't need instant everything.
You're taking back control of your own attention.
So what does this all mean? It means patience isn't about just moving slowly for no reason. Patience is about staying calm while important things take time.
That is beautifully said.
We live in a world that constantly asks us to hurry up. It wants us to click, scroll, and buy immediately. But we can protect our attention. We can design our environment by putting the phone in another room. We can prioritize getting enough sleep to recharge our physical battery. We can take deep breaths to tell our brain that we are safe and we don't need to rush.
And we must remember that silence and boredom are not always problems that need to be solved by a screen.
They aren't.
No. Sometimes boredom is the beginning of creativity. When your mind is quiet, when you stop throwing new information onto your mental table, well, your own new ideas finally have the space to appear.
I love that. So the next time you feel a moment of silence or waiting, maybe you're standing in line at the store or sitting on a bus, instead of automatically reaching for your phone to unlock it, what would happen if you just let yourself be bored for exactly 1 minute?